guys, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be taking you guys through a full day in the life and full day of eating. Just want to preface this by saying we have a ton going on today, so our amazing videographer is going to take care of the stitching this together, because we're going to literally just piece these things together as we go on throughout the day. You know, we have our shows coming up, a lot of stuff for work with our clients and stuff. I have 2 clients in peak week myself, so we just have a lot of stuff going on, a lot of moving variables, so we're going to make this as seamless as possible for you guys. But that's the reality of prep. When prep's in full effect, you have opportunities, you have things that you need to act on now while you're shredded, while you're lean, while there's opportunities that arise. So full day of eating, full day in the life for the couples channel. I have a lot more meals than she does, so I'm probably going to have some meals where she's not eating.
How many, 7?
I have 8 meals, but one of them is an intra-carb shake, so we'll show you that at the gym here in a little bit. Okay. But we're going to go ahead and start by just kind of telling you what we had this morning, because obviously we woke up super early to do fasted cardio. Give you guys some update on fasted cardio right now. Obviously fasted's first thing when you wake up. It's really, really efficient on prep. For me, I really get in the zone. It's really good for my mental state when I incorporate fasted cardio. So I prefer it over post-workout cardio for myself and for my clients. What about you?
I mean, I definitely prefer fasted cardio, just because when you get to the point where you're doing more than 20-30 minutes, it's hard to do a full workout and then go and do the cardio. So it's nice to be able, on prep at least, to split it up and have the cardio first thing in the morning, and then have your workout later on in the afternoon, and then do a shorter amount of post-workout cardio if you have it then.
Yeah, fatigue's a really big thing on prep. So when fatigue is increased, you want to keep that as minimal as possible, because you can have a cortisol increase, which increases like weight, weird water fluctuations and stuff. So just kind of splitting up cardio can help a ton. If you guys have a hard time with that, we both coach. We'll leave the links down below. And yeah, we'll jump right into this.
Yeah. Okay, so I do have some news as well. So originally, me and Austin were planning to do our Pro debut together at Tampa Pro, but I am ready way earlier than we expected. So I'm jumping into the Republic of Texas show here in Austin this weekend. So I am, how many days out?
5.
5 days out
5 days
officially.
out.
So my meals look a little bit different because we have started the carb up process today. So I'm having more carbs than I was a couple days ago, but yeah, I'm excited. I can't believe that I'm going to be stepping on a pro stage here in a few days, but I'm ready for it. So I'll take you guys kind of along my earlier than planned peak week full day of eating, and then Austin's still on his
Still the original plan, still doing Tampa Pro, baby.
I'm still also doing Tampa Pro, just to clarify.
Yeah,
But,
so everything's tracking perfectly for that show. There's no reason for me to do something sooner or later. I mean, my coach and I are just like blown away at how things are going right now. Screw it, I'll throw some pictures up on the screen of this morning's check-ins. Like this is crazy, and this is flat. Like wherever these pictures are, this is flat. And it's weird because I feel so much better than I did last prep, and that's not to like bash my old way of prepping. It's not to bash my old coach. Like I have a lot of messages about that, guys. I love Cameron, we're on great terms. It's just I need to find a better, more efficient way, the way I want to peak and the way I want to run the pro circuit. And I feel like me and Stefan have found that groove that I've never had ever in my entire life, and it's just maintainable for me.
It's just a lot of like the differences in coaching styles too, because like I'm working with Brandon this time around, and I used to work with Cameron before, and it's just a very different coaching style, and they both have their own styles that work, and it's just trying to find which style works for the athlete.
Yeah, and I think another important thing is I get a ton of DMs about Cameron still. Like, hey man, like they don't know that I'm with Stefan, because like I've talked about it, but it's not like every post I'm like, I'm with Stefan, because like, you know, it's really nobody's business who I'm with. You know, it's my job to bring myself in with my coach, whoever that is, the best I can for that show. So I get a lot of DMs about Cameron. Guys, if you're trying to work with Cameron, he is amazing. He is amazing. Do not hesitate and reach out. He will get you right. Communication is sky high. I will say there was a huge difference, and I don't want to go into this too in detail, but there was a huge difference in communication with Cameron and Stefan that I had to really get used to. But in return, like as a result of the lower communication with Stefan, I fell back in love with the sport because I had to trust myself and I had to trust the process more. And I think that's kind of the case for both of us. Is it's like, dude, this is what you got to do, or Emily, this is what you got to do, execute, and then we'll check in tomorrow. And it's like, wow, like you go from like having somebody always there all the time, which is amazing, right? Especially when you're not used to things. Yeah, accountability is really important. But I feel like we're both at the level now where it's like we just need somebody to go, all right, do this, do this. And honestly, the last thing I want to do is talk to somebody for a long time when all I do all day is talk to my clients. I don't want to talk to my coach, to be completely honest with you guys. So that's kind of a backstory of like our preps, where we are. She's doing a sooner show this weekend. I fully support it. It's not like I'm butthurt or anything. Obviously, like, you know, at the beginning of the prep, it was like we were going to do the same show. So there was feels at first, for the first day she mentioned it, but then I'm like, wait, like it'd be stupid if she didn't do the show.
My thing was feedback. Like, if I put myself in, or I guess, put myself in your,
if the roles reversed, she'd do the same thing. So
my prep brain is clearly.
She's obviously on peak week. We need some more carbs.
I know, but
some more fat. Sorry, you need some more fat so your brain works.
Yeah, no. I was thinking about it too. It was like if he was ready and was planning to do a sooner show, I would want you to jump in.
Yeah. To
a sooner show. I mean, it's local here. You can get feedback.
It's a no-brainer.
Tampa.
Literally, all she has to do is pay for makeup. Like.
No, I'm doing my own makeup.
She doesn't have to pay for makeup.
Yeah, I'm doing my makeup.
It's a no-brainer. And honestly, like you only get one pro debut. She has plans with her girlfriends
at the end of August.
After our second show that we were planning on doing together. Yep. So that kind of cuts off all competing after that, right? So it'd be kind of dumb if she didn't try to at least do another show if the opportunity presented itself so easily like this.
It's a girls' trip that we have had planned for a year now, so the girls.
It's like an annual thing they do, so it's like she has to be there and enjoy herself. She could go on prep, but it's like, is it fun? No.
Yeah, no, absolutely not.
It's Denver. You got to go eat.
We're gonna go eat in Denver and have some good food.
Anyways, we went down this huge rabbit trail, but we'll circle back. Probably gonna be a long video, guys. So get your popcorn if you're on prep. Sorry.
But really quick, let's go over our meal one.
Sure.
Okay, so I had 60 grams of oatmeal, 50 grams of blueberries, a cup of spinach, 100 and. Are the cats good?
They're always fighting.
Oh my god. Okay. 138 grams of egg whites.
It's an emotional wreck here. Sorry.
And one whole egg. But that was my meal one.
My meal one, I'll be honest, I can kind of pick and choose until 2 weeks out. So I have like a set amount of almond butter for the day. You guys will see this as the day goes on. So I can kind of add more almond butter or less almond butter, if I want it, if I'm craving something, as long as I don't go over that amount. So Stefan made that very clear. Once we're 2 weeks out, that all gets changed and it's very strict. But for right now, this morning, I had 100 grams of oats. I had 200 grams of chicken breast. I had a little bit of pico de gallo. Hopefully I'm saying that right. I'm not Mexican.
Pico, yeah.
In the chicken, and then I had a little bit of just sugar-free Baja sauce. Like literally just a little bit of a drizzle just to give it some more taste. And then I had 25 grams of almond butter inside the oats, and that's all I had this morning. Oh, and one full banana, 125 grams of banana. All right, guys, so recently Emily and I both partnered with a new creamy rice company called Elev8 Foods. This isn't just cream of rice. Right now they just have cream of rice. However, I'm pretty close with the owner, Blake. His name's B Course on Instagram. Follow him. And I believe his assistant or the other co-owner is Dorian Hamilton. And then Judge Off on Instagram, Julian. Julian is like the athlete manager, so he's the one that's been in direct contact with us. But I'm pretty close friends with Blake. He's a super amazing guy. He would not make a product that he doesn't stand by. Like he's literally reformulated this like so many times to get the best taste, best consistency. In my opinion, this is the best cream of rice on the market. It is actually one of the cheapest. And we have 3 flavors as of right now. Right here we have the Georgia Peach, which is personally my favorite right now. I'm just on like a fruity kick. We also have our chocolate cake flavor, which is what Emily just mixed up right here.
I'm just mixing it up with some water, and then I'm gonna pop it in the microwave for 2 minutes, and then stir it, and then microwave it again for an additional minute.
And the last flavor we have is cookie butter. Guys, these are amazing. I'm actually out of cookie butter right now, unfortunately, so I'm just gonna show you guys this one. But you can use any of our codes. If you want to support her, you can use her code, Emily. Yes. If you want to support me, you can use my code Espy. Espy does give you a little more gains though, I will put it that way. So just keep that in mind.
Says who?
Says me. Says me.
So this meal is 50 grams of the cake batter flavor from Elev8, and then I will take 30 grams of my raw nutrition protein powder. And so what I will do with this, it's a little unconventional, but I'll almost make like a frosting out of it. So I'll put just a little bit, like a tiny amount of water.
Yeah, this look like it slaps, I'm not gonna lie.
And
The way
just
she makes this, I get jealous every day.
mix it up until it's, kind of looks like it's not gonna be enough water, but it usually is. And then it just kind of forms this like, not like, I would say like a mix between like a frosting and almost like a cookie dough, but it's birthday cake flavor. So I just put this on top of the cream of rice once it's done cooking. So yeah, instead of like peanut butter, I have protein powder, frosting butter.
It's like a paste.
Yeah, it is like a paste.
Oh, it actually looks
So good.
on private front. All right. My meal is pretty simple. I'm gonna do 2 scoops of this Isoject from Evogen. This is the chocolate peanut butter flavor. It's my current favorite flavor. It's just simple, tastes really good, and honestly, I've been on like a peanut butter kick. I haven't had peanut butter in a long time. Almond butter is not the same thing as peanut butter. I don't care who you are. They're 2 totally different things. Peanut butter, in my opinion, tastes better, but
That's
almond
fact.
butter sits well. What?
I said that's a fact.
Yeah, almond butter does sit well with my stomach though, and it gives me better like, I feel like I have more cognitive function when I take almond butter, and it's better for my skin. I get a little bit oily when I eat too much peanut butter. So I'm gonna do 2 scoops of this Isoject. And I actually get to have some fun with this meal, guys. Also, real fast, if you wanna get your hands on any of these flavors, I'll show you guys all the flavors I have with me right now. We have chocolate peanut butter. Right now, my #1 flavor. You really can't go wrong with it. Cookies and cream. I'll be honest, this is a really good flavor, but right now on prep, this is more an off-season flavor for me. All right, that's why it's still full. It's not because it's bad. It's just, it's not super sweet. It's just kind of like satisfying. So right now, it's just not really like my go-to. Chocolate peanut butter has like a really sweet taste to it. And then we have s'mores, really, really good flavor. It has little pieces of marshmallow in it. So if you want to like switch things up and you can kind of crunch on the marshmallows in your mouth, that's a great option. Oh, and then we have oatmeal cookie flavor. This is really, really good, guys. This is really good mixed with oatmeal. Like I know it sounds like too much oatmeal, but it's not. It tastes really good with like a banana, the little almond butter. The slaps. So these are my 4 favorite flavors right now. Honestly, that's why these are the only 4 I have in the house. I would say yeah, chocolate peanut butter, s'mores is second, and I would say this is the order 1 through 4. If you guys want to try any of these out, they're all the same macros. Some have a little bit more protein, like the s'mores does have a little bit more protein because the little marshmallow pieces are just actual extra protein powder. So you can use my code Espy to save and support me directly. I really appreciate it. You guys have been using my code like crazy, especially the last sale, like the last drop we had. So I just appreciate you guys so much. And it allows me to be able to do things like the videos for the channel and stuff like that. So I always appreciate the support. But 50 grams of whey protein isolate from the Isoject from Evogen in the shaker cup, and then I'll just sip on this. I have my, this is just crispy rice cereal. This is like, I don't know, this just tastes better than the other Rice Krispies. I don't know why. I just get this from HEB, so if you're like local in Texas.
That's why.
What?
That's
Is
why.
it because it's their
It's
brand?
an HEB thing.
Yeah, it's so much better. But I'll do 100 grams of this dry. And I can either do this, I can do 240 grams of jasmine rice, or I can do 100 grams of oats. But seeing as I'm going to the gym right after this, I want something that sits well with my stomach. And that's exactly what this is. This sits super well with my stomach. I really don't even feel like I eat anything when I eat this. It's just very light. And then I'll measure out 100 grams of almond milk. This is unsweetened. It's not a lot of almond milk. Just enough to give it some texture. And that is my meal 2. 50 grams or 2 scoops. 2 scoops is more like 60 grams, but it doesn't matter right now. So 2 scoops of Isoject protein from Evogen, 100 grams of Rice Krispies cereal, just plain, not the dulce de leche or whatever it's called, not the cinnamon, just the plain one, and then a little bit of almond milk, about 100 grams of that, meal 2.
All right, and really quick, here is the finished product. This does not look pretty, but it tastes really good. So it's just the cream of rice with the protein powder. Let's mix it up. Pre-workout meal. Really good.
Guys, I'm always working all the time. I have client check-ins today, so Tuesday, Wednesdays, and Thursdays I have client check-ins all day long for the people that aren't on prep. As soon as somebody gets 4 weeks out, like I have 2 people competing this weekend, and it's pretty much constant communication throughout the day for 4 weeks. I don't take communication lightly. I really make sure that it's a priority with my coaching. So like literally, I'm always on my computer when I'm eating meals. Between meals, I'm always like adjusting plans, making sure everybody feels like they fit in, and making sure they're on track, right? So I've noticed the number one thing with coaching is the communication. If it's not there, then the client always kind of feels like they're not doing the right things, and they might feel like they're not progressing the way they should. But if communication's there and expectations are set, then it really does help them out a lot. So if you see me on my phone today and in other videos, it's because I'm probably responding to clients and stuff. It's important. So this is Isaiah. We competed, 2 or 3 weeks ago. He looks insane. We're actually growing him into nationals in December. We missed his pro card by 1 spot, so we had some travel problems with just traveling to the show. So he ended up holding a little bit of water. We dropped it all off, but it just kind of messed with our peak a little bit. So he's going to be doing a show more local here, where he only has to like drive about 3-4 hours. So it's going to help us a ton. He'll get there probably another day or 2 earlier than he was last time. But I mean, he's looking crazy right now. I guess I'll list off some of my favorite YouTubers for you guys. Go to my most recent. It's Chris. So I'm really on a kick with Sadiq. I'm not sure if you guys know who Sadiq is. He's just a really well-established men's physique competitor in the industry. He has the most entertaining YouTube channel, and I like to get some ideas, but I also just like to watch his stuff. It'd be cool if I could get a workout with him at some point. I think it'd be pretty cool. But I was watching some Chris Bumstead yesterday with Hani. This kid's hilarious. Like this is that kid that everybody's just on right now about talking about like anabolics and stuff. He has no idea what he's talking about. It's just kind of funny to see people roast him. We watched a bunch of Krispy Kreme and
Oh my gosh, so if you guys have never watched Good Mythical Morning, it's the best, especially on prep. They do they do all kinds of videos, but especially a lot of food videos where they'll do like trying every flavor of Ben & Jerry's or trying every Krispy Kreme donut, and I think it's fun to live vicariously right now.
And then obviously like Brett Wilkin. These are all people I look up to, like people that either have really good business ideas, they're very successful on the business side of things, and or they're progressing really fast with their physiques, right? Jay Cutler is always a huge inspiration for me. His comeback is pretty awesome when he came back and he reclaimed his title after losing to Dexter Jackson. That always gets me hyped up, but yeah, man, I love watching YouTube right now and just kind of, I don't know, just staying in the loop and just being motivated by other people in the industry. I was always a fan of the sport before I was a competitor in the sport, so it's kind of cool to continue that going. All right, guys, so I'm going to show you my pre-workout. Did you mean to throw this away?
What is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the broken one.
Oh, that's my old one?
Yeah, that was the one that broke. It was just in my bag.
Guys, this is the SD card. I've been using this thing for so long. I've been using this thing since I got my first camera, my M50, Canon M50, back in 2020.
It broke?
Finally broke. Look.
I didn't know SD cards could break.
Came in half.
The little that broke, and then the little lock thing that comes up to lock it and unlock it. It was always locked, and then it wouldn't unlock. And I was like, me and Dylan were just like, how do we fix this?
When this thing came out, this was brand new when it came out. This thing is a fast write speed. This thing was so expensive. I think I spent I was broke when I bought this too. I remember I bought the camera and I had just enough to buy it, and I had to wait another week until my clients paid me to go get the SD card because I was like, $100? For an SD card, I didn't have that. I was like, this is expensive, so $100.
You don't want to know what I paid for this one.
4 years. What, like 200-300?
Yeah.
Yeah, those super fast writing ones are.
I would
so
get
expensive.
Sony tough ones though, because they never crash or anything.
For the DJI, I had to get the little like micro SD card.
Yeah.
$70.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're more expensive than the full
They are worth it because you have that little like that pocket.
Yes.
Yeah.
The Osmo.
Yeah.
But it only takes the micro SD card.
All right, guys. So here we have the new flavor of EVP 3D and Extreme. I don't use Extreme. I cut all stims out for my pre-workout, so I'm literally just on fumes and the pure love of training. But this is Evogen's new peach rings flavor. Guys, this flavor is I'm almost out of this tub, and it's only been out for what, 2 weeks? Not even 2 weeks. Hasn't been out for 2 weeks, it's been out for a week. I've had it for 2 weeks, I'm almost done with it. So absolutely love this tub. I've been using it every single day that I train. I just do 1 scoop, keep it pretty straightforward. Today, I'm pretty flat, so I'm gonna use 1.5 scoops of this. Perfect. And then I'm gonna go ahead and fill this all the way up with water, and I'm actually gonna throw a little bit of salt in there as well. I literally just put a little bit of salt in my hand, and then I'll just dump it in there. And then I'll put some water in this baby. So as you guys can see, I fill it up a pretty good amount. I don't mess around with my water. So I see all these people dry scooping. Guys, stop dry scooping. You're just cutting yourself short. These formulas, they're literally designed to take with water. Like, it delivers everything in here more efficiently in the way it's supposed to be delivered if you use it with a decent amount of water. So I usually, if I take 1 scoop of this, I'll usually fill this up halfway. That seems to be enough for me. But if you're not sipping on water during your workouts, if you're not properly hydrated when it comes to like your electrolytes as well, then you're cutting yourself short. So just make sure you're drinking your water and don't dry scoop. It's not worth it. But if you guys want to snag this peach rings flavor, it tastes like peach rings. Like, the thing you see on there is what it tastes like. I'm not kidding. I'm not just trying to sell you guys. Ask Christian. He's tried it himself.
It's true. I love it.
It's really, really good. But I'm going to go ahead and sip on this on the way to the gym. And that's all I get today for my pre-workout. I'm cutting everything else out, like no creatine right now. There's a little bit of creatine in this, but I think it's like 3 grams. So just a little bit of creatine, no extra creatine. I got my fun subs here. I'm gonna take those so I can have some fun. Guys, if you want to try this out, code Espy, save some money, and again, support me. Guys, I use all these products all the time. I don't just do this on videos. This is truly how I live my life. It's very important to me when I associate myself with a brand that I use everything religiously. And I can honestly say that all the Evogen products are things I incorporate into my life day in and day out. So if you guys want to have a supplement company where it's a one-stop shop, you can find everything you need there for your performance supplements. Evogen Nutrition is the way to go. If you guys use my code, please tag me in a screenshot of it on your story, send it to me in the DMs, message down below saying, hey man, I use your code. I like to know when you guys do, because I like to do giveaways, right? So that's the point I want to get to with this channel, is we can start doing cool giveaways and stuff. But the only way for us to do that is if, unfortunately we have to sell enough products to be able to do giveaways. So the more you guys use it, the more we can give back. I just appreciate all the support. Lost my keys. Prep stuff. I have no idea where they are. I thought they were going to be down here. Dysfunctional on prep. I'm always losing things. Emily's going to come pick us up in the beast.
right, so just got back from the gym. We just had a package delivery for more Elev8 cream of rice, so Austin's grabbing that downstairs. But I'm gonna put together my post-workout meal. My meal today is just 165 grams of jasmine rice. So I'm gonna weigh that out first, which is a lot of rice. Definitely have not had that amount of rice in a long time. So I'm excited. So 165 grams of jasmine rice, 100 grams of chicken breast, which I don't do anything special for my chicken. I just cook it in the pan, like pan sear it, I guess. All right, 100 grams on the dot. And then my vegetable of choice lately has been green beans. So I'll do 100 grams of green beans with this. And these are just like the steamable ones that come frozen. I'll just heat them up in a pan and like cook them a little bit more so they're a little bit crispy. 100 grams. And then I will throw that in the microwave for 2 minutes. And then I'll have my post-workout meal. This is my post-workout meal. So just chicken rice and green beans. Pretty simple, but tastes really good when you haven't had rice in a long time.
All right, guys, it's package time. So 2 things here. One of them's for Emily and I. One of them is for me. I'll start with the Mint 45. Link is down below for all this stuff. Just a smaller box this time. I just really like the Uprising, which is Mint 45 Uprising. They're the same company. Basically, Uprising is the athlete front for the Mint 45 company. They sent me all the new stuff. We got these little to-go ones. These are the little 25 count Uprising Ascends. Okay, these are really, really useful for if you're like on the go. If you don't know what these are, they really help me lock into my lifts. When I'm trying to do some client work during the day, they really just help me just chill out and not worry about other things going on. I just take 2, probably like at most 2 times a day, so 4 a day on days that I really am struggling to lock in and focus. These, oh no, we have had these before. So these are the little droppers, I believe. Oh yeah, these are amazing. This is very potent. You don't need a lot of this stuff. This stuff knocks me out. This is the sleep formula. Guys, it's called Ultra Mitt. This is Mint 45, not Uprising. This is the Uprising brand. So they're the same thing. Everything's fueled by Mint 45. All the kratom in all these products is from Mint 45. But like I said, Uprising is the athlete front of the company, okay? So you'll probably see a lot more Uprising in the bodybuilding scene because that's the bodybuilding front of the company. This stuff is what I use before I go to bed. This stuff does not taste the best, but it gets the job done, and I really don't care how it tastes. It just gets the job done. So got 3 of these babies. So glad they sent these. They were out for a minute because they're super popular. Again, they're very strong, very potent. Use with caution because it will kind of make you feel nauseous. Little disclaimer, a little nauseous and potentially have some stomach irritation if you take too much. So start small, work your way up, figure out the right amount that works for you. I personally just use 1 dropper and it just knocks me out. All right, so I think I asked for a few of the Descend. Yeah, these are what the Descend look like. This is the other formulation of the Uprising Ascend. These are basically 3 times stronger than these ones. When you take kratom at a higher dose, it tends to have more of like a chill relaxation effect instead of like a boost effect. Like it brings you up when you have a smaller dose, like the Ascend. The Descend tends to bring you down and just kind of like, I don't want to say bring you down, just really chill you out and get you ready to like go to sleep or just chill. So don't take these if you're planning on hitting the gym, take these, all right? And don't take more than 2 of these. These are very potent. But I got a huge box of that stuff. I'm just gonna keep them in the box because I'm probably gonna send some of these to my clients and stuff because my clients love this stuff. All right, so we have cream of rice. Emily and I are both sponsored by them. We got a bunch of flavors here. Do you want to walk through some flavors?
Okay, so first up we have the chocolate cake flavor. And then second is, this is my favorite flavor, the cookie butter creamy rice. So those two. And then the last one, I believe, is the one that Austin had earlier this morning. It's the Georgia peach flavor. So use code Emily or code Austin to support us with Elev8 cream of rice.
All right, guys, so I'm making my meal too. It's my post-workout meal. As Emily just explained earlier, we just got our packages. We just got our package in for cream of rice from Elev8 Foods. So this is something I've been using for a few weeks now. I absolutely love this stuff. To be honest, I used to use just regular, like I used to blend up my jasmine rice and use it, but this is so much better. Obviously, it's a little more expensive than doing it that way, but I mean, the flavor is like amazing, and there's not a lot of artificial stuff in it, and you don't get bloated, you don't feel gross. So really, really good. Code Espy if you want to save and support us directly, or I guess me directly. I'm going to go ahead and get 150 grams of this total. I'm going to do half creamy rice from the cookie butter flavor. So 75 of this. This is a nice little mixture. I would definitely try this out. It comes out to like kind of like a vanilla chocolate cake. It tastes really good. And the consistency of this stuff is a little more smooth. It's not like as, if you've had like other like brands of this, it's more grainy and kind of like coarse. This stuff is really smooth, and it's just the texture is a lot more, it's a lot like, I just prefer the texture a lot more. You'll see what I mean. Emily cooks this a little differently than I do.
He cooks it better.
I do, yeah. I cook it for a minute, and then I stir it, and then a minute, and then I stir it, and then a minute, and then I stir it until it's done, usually about 4 minutes. And it comes out really creamy and just like gooey. You'll see what I mean. It says 5 parts water, 1 part creamy rice, but when you have 150 grams of creamy rice, it's kind of hard to do that. So it's more like 3 to 1, 4 to 1, but that's why I stir it. So you can get away with cooking it the way Emily does, like 2 minutes on, stir, 2 minutes on, stir, if you have more water in it. But when there's less water, you need to stir it more. So what I'll do is kind of show you. I just eyeball it. I'm going to use the nasty Austin, Texas sink water, so don't judge me. But I literally just go until it's all floating. That's my thing. It's a good little cue. So right until everything's floating. Right there. That's all I put in. And then I'll stir it. And I stir it until there's no chunks. Guys, this is the best form of just a post-workout meal, like carbohydrates. It's very fast absorbing, fast acting. You're gonna replenish those glycogen stores, and you're gonna deliver all the nutrients from the meal very fast and efficiently. I've noticed this stuff, it digests very well, okay? Like other cream of rice brands, it does not. It leaves nasty feeling in my stomach. I feel like I'm bloated. That's not to knock anybody or knock any brands, it's just I gotta figure out what works best for me, and I already have a very sensitive digestion. Digestive tract is what I should say, so my stomach doesn't like anything but this brand of cream of rice. So there's a reason I signed with them. Literally, it's just repeat for like 4 or 5 times, and it seems kind of tedious, but when you're hungry and you're on prep, you don't mind. So I'm gonna go ahead and weigh out my chicken while this is doing its first couple cycles. I'm gonna put a little bit of zucchini, just green zucchini in here. Pretty low in fiber, so it doesn't mess with my stomach. Like I said, I have a very tricky digestive system, so I gotta be careful with that. I do load up on these. Like I don't cut corners when it comes to my veggies, but I can't have a lot of high fibrous veggies in there. And then I literally just grab this with my hand because there's so much chicken. I have 200 grams of chicken in each meal. Chicken breast, that is. On my rest days, I figure I should probably talk about this. On my rest days, I have 250 grams of chicken in each meal. So it's about, I think, 12 or 13 ounces per meal, which is actually insane. I think it's about 11 or 12 grams a meal, ounces a meal, sorry. So a little bit more chicken, a little bit more protein on my rest days. The fats are a little bit higher on my rest days. Carbs are tanked, so rest days are kind of rough. And then vice versa on my training days. The carbs are a lot higher, about 70% higher. My fats are about 30% lower, and my protein is about 20% lower on my training days, just to utilize those carbohydrates during the lift and post-lift to help shuttle nutrients. Again, just literally gonna stir this. The first couple times, there should not be a whole lot to stir. You just gotta make sure it doesn't stick. Boom. I'll throw this one in for 2 minutes. It's not very clumpy yet. You can kind of gauge it. Sometimes like you can do 1 minute, 1 minute, 1 minute if you don't have enough water in it. This has a little bit more water to this time, so I'm gonna do like 1 minute, 2 minutes, 2 minutes, but just kind of keep an eye on it. This stuff, it doesn't overflow. That's what I'll tell you. So like every other cream of rice that I've made, you take your eye off of it for like 2 seconds and you come back and it's all over your microwave and then you're missing out on some gains. So this stuff, I don't have that problem, so that's pretty cool. Sometimes I get hungry, so I want to snack on my meal. I'll also get 25 of my 65 grams almond butter for the day on this meal. I don't know if I even have enough almond butter left, so hopefully I do. Just enough, just enough. I'm gonna call that just enough. We'll see. And then I'll probably just use an extra egg or two in one of my last meals instead of the almond butter, because 2 eggs equals about 10 to 15 grams almond butter, so I can kind of gauge that. I'll just use MyFitnessPal to make sure I track it right. Like I said, coach doesn't really care too much until like 2 weeks out. And the best part about stirring it is you always get a little bit to eat off of it.
It smells so good. Yeah, that's crazy.
Guys, this freaking mixture is so good. Cookie butter, chocolate cake, half and half. Actually, if you wanted a little less sweet, because it is pretty sweet, I would do a little more chocolate cake and a little bit less of this. Maybe like 2/3 chocolate cake, 1/3 cookie butter. If you want it more sweet, like a sugar cookie kind of, use the cookie butter as 2/3 and the chocolate cake is 1/3. And then the Georgia peach, believe it or not, this is so freaking good with a little bit of sugar-free syrup. I know it sounds gross, but just trust me. Just trust me. If you guys try these out, comment below, and maybe we'll do like a giveaway or something at some point. So if you guys run up our codes, maybe we'll collectively do some sort of like giveaway. We want to be able to give back to you guys when you guys support us, and even if you don't even buy anything, if you guys just like the video, share, and it starts to get more views, more traction, we always appreciate it. Guys, we're just trying to bring you content that you want to see. My personal goal with YouTube and just social media in general is just to motivate people, inspire. When I started my fitness journey, that's all I followed was like Bradley Martin, the whole first generation of like Matt Ogus, like the whole first generation of the fitness scene on YouTube was just a bunch of like feel good, body positivity stuff, and that's kind of what I miss in the industry. Now it's all about like steroids. It's all about like how much gear can you take? Like are you natural or are you not? Or shooting people down? Like enough of that. I just want positivity in here. So let's spread it. Like this, share this with somebody who needs more positivity and structure in their life. They can try out the diet and see what we do in a day. But that is my meal too. I'm gonna go ahead and consume this. I'll throw 25 grams of this almond butter on it, and I'll throw the macros, well I guess Christian will throw the macros up on the screen right there.
Okay guys, so as you know, I am with my cookie dealer, my very well known and loved cookie brand of choice, but they sent me potentially some post-show goodies for this weekend. So I'm gonna go over the flavors with you guys. Starting with, this one is cinnamon without the spoon. So it is cinnamon toast crunch cereal and white chip batter filled with cinnamon cream. That sounds so good. This next one, I'm not too sure about this flavor. Watermelon bubblegum. I don't know how I feel about it, but it could be good. It is bubblegum flavored batter with white chips filled with watermelon cream topped with red, green, and pink sanding sugar. And it is a very pink cookie, so maybe interesting. I would try it. Next up is, this is one of the ones made with raw protein. So my cookie dealer has their own gourmet cookies, and they do protein cookies made with raw protein powder. So this is one of the protein cookies, and it is blueberry crumb pie. So it's pie crust batter filled with blueberry pie filling, topped with crumb topping. That one looks really good. Next up is another raw protein cookie. Who's Got Milk? It is an Oreo batter with chocolate chips filled with ganache and vanilla cream. That one sounds really good too. Yes. All right, last but not least is another protein cookie. It is the chocolate chip mocha donut. Coffee donut batter with chocolate chips filled with chocolate chip coffee cream. Wow. Dipped in mocha icing with mini chocolate chips on top. Look at that one. That's crazy. This one might be my go-to first post-show, because that sounds really good. I also love anything that's like mocha flavor, so that's a good one. But I'm gonna stick these in the freezer just so that they don't go bad. I've never had an issue keeping my cookie dealer cookies in the freezer for like even like 6, 7, 8 months at a time, and they're still totally fine. So just make sure you freeze them if you want to keep them fresh, and then to eat them, I'll just heat them up in the microwave or the oven for a few minutes, and they're good as new. And Thursday, Friday, or Sunday this week.
This is one of my clients, Alex. He's been working with me for probably about 3 years now. He actually, I used to do like giveaways for coaching because I was trying to expand my roster, trying to get my name out there. So when you first start coaching, I figured I'd give some like free information on here, right? Like I feel like I'm pretty successful when it comes to the coaching scene, and everybody always like hits me up and is like, hey man, how do you get to where you are? How can I make this like a full-time job and like be comfortable living? And I'll start this by saying it's just not that easy, right? Like it's really not that easy. You need to make sure that you have something to support yourself while you get going. But I would say the best thing you can do is just start small. Start small, start with a very tight-knit community of like maybe 5 or 6 people, even if you have to do it for free, right? This is something that you eventually want to build, but you need a solid foundation. So find 5 or 6 people who are willing to trust you, but not necessarily, maybe they don't have the financial backing, maybe they just are getting started, but you're confident in your ability and you know they'll stick with you long enough to produce results, right? So Alex was one of my first clients that actually did that. And I mean, he's obviously off cycle right now. He's open about it, so I don't have to worry about it, but he's planning on competing at nationals this year. So this is literally better than he's ever looked on cycle during a bulk, and we're off cycle completely. So building with him for 3 years. He actually won one of my giveaways to coach with me for free for like 6 months, I think. And then he ended up signing up, and we just kept coaching for the last 2.5 years after he won that. And I mean, we're going to try to make a run for a pro card this year, first pro card attempt for him. We're going to do a regional show leading into the national show, and hit the nationals in December in Irving, Texas, here pretty locally. And I have 3 other people planning on doing nationals, and potentially 1 other person. So it's going to be a fun year for the team. But guys, I'll kind of show you what the check-ins look like here. The Google Forms, they drop their name in here. They drop their current weight, last week's weight. So as you can see, we just started prep. Actually, we did start cycle last week, but it's not in the system yet. 231.5 pounds last week, 228.7 pounds this week. So a nice little drop in weight. Probably just some water retention. He's excited to start prep, just getting the groove in. He said he started tracking his sauces. These are like just all notes that I need to go by, data points and stuff like that. He said, I swear every time I start a new cycle or something, I have a placebo in my head, like the drugs are already working. So if you guys have ever taken a cycle, I'm pretty open about this. I think it's kind of funny. Everybody kind of has like a placebo effect. That first like week, 2 weeks, even 3 or 4 weeks that you start a cycle, nothing's really happening. Like it's just kind of compounding in your system. And I'll get clients and they'll be like, it's like their first or second cycle and they just want more structure, right, leading into it. And they'll be like, dude, I can feel it. And I'm like, bro, you're 4 days in. I'm like, you're 4 days in, you don't feel it. But hey, I'm glad you feel great. I'm glad you feel amazing. And you just ride that wave. But Alex is in a very good spot. And we're just setting him up perfectly for success on this road to the pro stage. So I'll kind of show you what this plan looks like. Basically, I'm actually going to change things up, but he has all his information here. You know, he has his cardio right now is pretty minimal, 200 calories fasted cardio 7 days a week. He has an 8K step goal. I actually like to back off cardio. I like to add it in at the very beginning of a prep, and I like to back off mid-prep. And then since he is enhanced, we utilize a little bit of the enhancements to make sure we can retain muscle fullness and actually grow into the show. When a client's doing too much cardio, especially males, it's very hard for them to grow into the show. So I actually like to diminish cardio as much as possible and utilize a little bit of the drugs. You know, it's actually safer that way, and it's less fatigue on the body. So that's just how I personally do it. So I'll probably increase his step count, drop his cardio a little bit, and then I'll just utilize a higher day for his training days and a lower day for his rest days to be able to create a caloric deficit the first 2-3 months of this prep. And then once we hit a body fat percentage where I feel like we're striking distance from the stage, we'll kind of switch things up. We'll start feeding him up, and then we'll kind of keep cardio where it is, and the drugs will be in his system, and we'll incorporate some fat burning agents. We'll incorporate some stuff like that to basically allow him to continue to burn the same amount of fat and drive his calories up for that last 2-3 months of prep, bringing him in fuller and tighter to the stage. So very, very like broad perspective of what I do. Obviously it's way more scientific than that, and there's way more details, but kind of like my perspective on how to peak and get somebody ready for a pretty high level show.
Okay guys, I made this side by side because I've never had diet face like I do right now. Look at this. It's so embarrassing, but it's so funny. Oh my God. That's my off-season face versus my stage lean face.
5 days out face.
5 day out face. 4 day out.
4 day out, sorry.
Yeah. So bad. Okay guys, so meal number 4 for me is almost the same as last meal. It's 100 grams of chicken, 165 grams of jasmine rice, and then 30 grams of avocado. So no veggies in this one, but I do have 30 grams of avocado. So pretty simple. Big mound of rice. There is chicken underneath here somewhere. But yep, and that is just my meal 4.
It's crazy. I'm trying to think of my next meals real fast. So it's just, I definitely have a ton of repeat meals. So it's like, I have 4 carb meals today. Do you need any of these lights on, or is this good?
No, this is fine.
All right, y'all. So my meal plan's pretty straightforward. I asked my coach to keep it as simple as possible, and his response was, it's usually simple. So makes it easy on me. I'm literally just gonna show you guys what the next literally 3 meals are, because it's the same thing. So I have a bowl, and I literally just put 200 grams of chicken in the bowl. It's pretty depressing. And then I can use up to 200 grams of whatever veggies I want, as long as they're low fiber veggies. So zucchini, stuff like that. I'm actually out, so I'm not gonna use them today. And when I run out of veggies, I like to use something like Evo Greens. It's just Evogen's greens powder, but I'm actually out of that as well. So we're shit out of luck. Basically what I'm gonna do is just go to the store probably later tonight, and then have just a little bit more veggies after I go to the store and get some zucchini for my last meal, and just kind of eat veggies for the last like hour that I'm awake. Just kind of snack on them. That's something that I do. I usually get really hungry by the end of the day too, so saving my veggies till the end of the day. Obviously, as I get closer to the show 2 weeks out, we need to stop that, but right now it's okay. Don't eat too late, guys. It'll mess with your weight in the morning, and it'll also kind of mess with your sleep, especially if you're eating carbs late at night. I don't suggest it. I get all my carb meals done before like 5-6 p.m. That way I'm not like sitting there incinerating while I'm trying to, or I guess, like, yeah, I'm like a furnace when I'm trying to go to sleep if I eat carbs before I go to bed. So 200 grams chicken in the bowl, and I'm literally gonna do this 3 other times today, and I'm gonna have the same exact meals I already had. So I know it sounds like weird that I'm just telling you guys, but it's literally that straightforward. And for time saving situations, since I have a lot of work to do today, I just want to keep it real with you guys. It's really not that special. Being a bodybuilder really isn't that special. So that's 200 grams of chicken. I'm literally gonna heat that up, put a little bit of sauce on it, and then have this 3 more times. I'll have this meal. I'll have the same exact meal as meal 1 with the protein shake and the cereal with the 1 cup of almond milk. and then I'll have the same exact meal I just had for my post-workout meal, which was the cream of rice from Elev8 Foods, the 150 grams of that, and then I'll have 200 grams of chicken as well with that. And then I'll literally, after that, it's just these protein. So there's just these protein meals. So I'll have this, the cereal meal with the protein powder, and then I'll have another meal of the same exact thing that I ate post-workout, and then 2 of these just chicken meals after that. And that completes my 8 meals for the day. Like I said, one of those meals is an intra-workout shake, which you guys didn't see today. And then obviously the first meal of the day you guys didn't see because we ate that before you guys got here. So that's gonna conclude all my food for the day. Derek just sent me an audio message, so let's see what he says.
Hey brother, I just was scrolling through Instagram and I saw your post from a couple hours ago, and man, that back double bicep looks nasty. Freaking peeled, bro. Those hamstrings are dug out, glutes are dug out. The aesthetics are there. The improvements you made since last year are tremendous. And look, you know me, man. I don't want to blow smoke up anybody's butt. I like to encourage my friends and be positive, and but I don't want to blow your head up because you just never know what could happen. But that being said, bro, you're gonna be a tough guy to beat in Tampa, or any show for that matter. And I'm really looking forward to seeing what you bring to the stage. So just keep doing what you're doing, man. Keep that positive attitude. Don't get ahead of yourself. Stay humble. Keep working. Keep listening to your coach. But like I said, just keep doing what you're doing, man. And no matter what the outcome is at the show, you've made insane improvements, and you will be an Olympian. And I'm gonna put money on it right now, not literally, but if I had to, I would put money on you to win this show. So go do your thing, brother, and get prepared to prep for the Olympia, brother. Much love. God bless. Tell Emily, Justin and I said hi. We miss you guys, and can't wait to see you at the Tampa Pro.
I love Derek. Derek's like literally the most supportive, motivational, I would say inspirational, but I've learned recently that I guess I was wrong. Inspiration comes from inside you. So when I say somebody's inspirational, I guess that's not the right thing to say. So he's motivational. He just always is such a good person. I'm not sure if you guys know this, but Derek actually got Emily and I into their church, where Grace Family Church, and I really never believed in God that much. I mean, I was like religious, right? I would call myself a Christian, but I never really took it seriously until we met Derek. He kind of like didn't force us to go to church, but he was pretty pushy about it over and over, and we ended up just going to church with him, and that's kind of the end of that, and we just kind of hit it off. And I love Derek so much, and he's improved so much the last few years. It's actually insane. So when he says something like that, I know it's coming from a place of love, and obviously like we're doing the show to win, but at the end of the day, it's like it's you against you. So I can go to sleep every night knowing that I'm putting in 120% effort to this prep. And no matter what happens, as long as I can stay healthy and finish this off, I'm going to have a way better package at this show than I've ever believed I could have. So I'm really excited. I'm very grateful for the people I'm surrounded by. My girlfriend has supported me a ton. I know I'm not easy to deal with on prep. She's not easy either, but we love each other. And it's just like a team effort. This sport, it takes like everybody says, it takes a village. It's not a one-stop shop. It's not a get quick, it's not a like overnight sensation thing. This is very much, for me personally, I mean, some people are overnight sensations. I'm not. I'm one of the people that I've been doing this for 6-7 years, and I feel like this year, it's just started to pay off. But it's because I never gave up. It's because I stayed true to myself. I made sure I was always surrounded by the best people that were in my life at the time. And Derek is one of those people, even though we don't live in Tampa, unfortunately, anymore, he's still a very good friend, and we consider him family. And him, Angel, and his beautiful daughter, and Matt and Jess, like, we consider all of them very close friends and very close family. So when I get a message like that from somebody who's also been, let me tell you, Derek has also been very straightforward with me about the negative things. I had some problems when I first moved to Tampa that I needed to work on, and he called me out for it. He was like, hey man, you need to drop the ego a little bit, like you need to do this, you need to do that, and he's guided me in all these directions. So when he says something like that, I take that and I run with it. You know, whether I'm gonna win or not, I'm gonna take that and run with it, because that's Mr. Olympia, Mr. Olympia that I know personally, that I trust, telling me that I've made improvements. That's made my day. So I just wanted to say, like, the work you do behind closed doors that nobody sees, like the stress you put on yourself to be better every single day, it will eventually come out. People will eventually see it. So if you're in that position where you've just been grinding and you've just been, you know, churning and churning and churning and churning, and you feel like there hasn't been something to come out of it yet, just stay in it, stay with it. Usually God is testing you. He's trying to push you through that really rough patch, and then afterwards you're gonna blossom. So I really feel like that's what's gonna happen maybe this year. If it's not this year, then maybe next year, right? We've had a lot of other amazing things that have happened this year. Like, we moved to Austin, met all these new friends, amazing videographer we can build our channel with. Like, a lot of amazing blessings have happened. So if I don't win the show, if Emily doesn't win her show, then screw it. Who cares? You know, like, we had fun doing it. We made improvements, and we know next year we're going to be a threat either way. So that's kind of my mindset. But I just appreciate Derek, and I wanted to share that with you guys. I actually hadn't listened to that yet, so it's kind of a cool moment for me. So you guys get to see that on camera. But just surround yourself with great people. Just surround yourself with great people. It'll pay off.
All right, so I am making some more green beans for my last meal. So these are the ones that you can just heat up in the microwave, but I'll just throw them on a pan just to let them thaw out and kind of crisp up. But my last meal is just 100 grams of chicken, spring mix, 60 grams of avocado, and then 100 grams of green beans. And this meal is awesome because it has a lot of volume in it, so it definitely keeps me fuller for longer than some of the other meals. Thank you guys for joining us for our full day of eating. Mine is peak week edition, and Austin's is 3.5 week out edition.
Classic physique edition.
Prep brain edition.
Prep brain.
You got some rabbit food in front of you, bro.
I know, but I did get rice today, so it makes up for it.
That looks healthy as hell.
It's a lot of green, like I said. There's chicken at the bottom of that somewhere.
That looks good. I'm not gonna lie, I'd destroy that right now.
He's jealous of my salad. Can you tell he's dieting?
I didn't have a lot of veggies today, so.
That's fair.
But anyways, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. We got some work to do, so we're gonna cut this one a little short. But like I said, we'll put all the macros, calories and stuff up here right now while we're talking. But we just wanna thank you guys for just kind of bearing with us on this channel. It's been a lot going on the last few months. Like,
I'm very busy.
If you haven't like been watching and this is like your first video on the channel, we literally moved from Tampa. We both got new coaches in the middle of prep, kind of the beginning of prep, middle of prep. But it's a learning experience. Like, you got to learn your coach, you got to get used to it, you got to adapt. Yeah. That's a whole thing in itself.
Just moving in, getting furniture, trying to figure out everything was such a hassle.
Everything went way harder than it should have been for this move. So like, even this couch that we're sitting on was a total joke. We had to get this thing delivered like 2 or 3 times because they messed it up.
Twice. Yeah.
So it's been a process, but all great things. It kind of distracted us from the struggles of prep, but now I feel like it's hitting us even harder because we don't have anything else to do. We're just kind of.
I forgot to mention all the travel too.
Oh, yeah.
You have been nonstop traveling.
Client shows, sponsor obligations, family stuff, guest posing. It's been like, honestly, it was like every weekend, every other weekend for probably 3 months that I was traveling. So that takes it out of you. I actually canceled all my stuff. I was supposed to go to some client shows and supposed to go work a booth for Mint 45 and Uprising, and thank the Lord, they're great sponsors.
Yeah, this week or this next weekend.
I was like, Carly, the athlete manager, I was like, Carly, I'm so sorry, I can't do it. I'm struggling hard right now. And she's like, we totally understand. So, thank you guys for bearing with us. Make sure you like this video. comment down below what you guys want to see next, what your favorite meal here is. If you guys eat anything similar, we want to know. Like I said, comment down below. Every like, comment, share, subscriber, it really helps the channel more than you guys know. When we have a video that does well, it boosts everything. So we really appreciate it.
We appreciate it. And it's cool too because I have people come up to me in the gym or comment on Instagram or send me a DM. They're like, I watched your video, or like, when's the next video coming out? So it's really cool to see you guys interacting with the channel too.
Like, we're new to that. Like, we're new to that whole experience. Like, I know there's a lot of people out there that are like super famous, but we don't do it to be famous. We just do it to do it. And it's like really cool when people are following the journey. So we just appreciate it. If you see us, say hi.
Yeah, definitely. But that's pretty much it. I'll probably get some more carbs tomorrow for peak week. But
for the videos coming up, we're gonna do probably more frequent videos leading into the show here.
yeah.
I know we've been kind of like every 2 weeks, every 3 weeks with these, but we're probably going to pick it up to every week once Emily's done with her show this weekend.
Yeah, because then we'll be 3 weeks. This weekend we'll be 3 weeks out from Tampa.
And there'll be lots of changes with the diet, lots of changes with the training, lots of travel, and we just want to include you guys. Christian's coming to all of our shows, actually, so really awesome to have him there.
Yeah, I'm excited to be able to document the whole thing.
You guys get this crazy good content at all the shows, so super excited. We're gonna do like a whole run for the Tampa Pro, so we'll do like a few videos that week, and just kind of like hype it up, you know, a lot.
Lots of content.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. Stay tuned, subscribe, share this with somebody who wants to follow our journey, and we'll see you guys in the next video.
All right, thank you guys.